how to sand the knot, arrow rest, the bow limb, how high of grit to go, what kind of finish, paint, stain, poly, boiled linseed oil, beeswax, lacquer, true oil, gunstock oil. Today's video is about how to finish a bow. It's a bow finishing video like you've never seen before. What's up, Team Shatterproof? It's so good to have you here today. Thank you for being you. If you want some behind the scenes of these YouTube videos, go over to Kramers on Instagram. I'm gonna give you a little clip here of the sort of things I might show over there. Here's a little secret about tillering. Lots of people use a cabinet scraper to remove the wood, but it can get difficult up here. What you can do is grab a little razor blade, and you've got really good access up high, but also it just scrapes super good. You never have to resharpen it because you can get like 100 of these for $5. Look how good, it just removes wood. Really good fine tuning with tillering. You could actually do the whole thing with one of these instead of a cabinet scraper. Let's get right into how to finish out a bow. Now here's the thing a lot of people don't know. If you just bought a bow, that bow can be finished as well. You can customize it to how you like. If you got a hand-me-down bow or an old bow, or you bought one on auction or on eBay or got one from a friend on Facebook, whatever, you can refinish an old bow to make it like new and also make it your own. You can customize the finish to whatever you like. Also, if you're somebody who's bow making for the first time or is new to bow making, there's so many options to bow finishes that you can do to really customize this piece, this bow, this piece of art to make it your own. And it just makes it so much more fun to shoot when you have that ownership of the product. If you already have a bow and you're gonna refinish it, the first thing to do is to take off the old finish. What you wanna do this with is high grit sandpaper. I would start with around 400 and then move up from there. Just lightly sand it evenly in all spaces until that finish has been removed. Now that you have the old finish removed, it's like starting from a brand new bow that you just made. And so this is where the customization starts. And you gotta think to yourself, what do I want in this bow? What am I gonna use this bow for? Because some people just want a really glossy, shiny, glass-like finish. But then other people who are out in the woods are gonna want something that's matte and flat and that doesn't have any reflection on it. So in saying that, take a minute and think about what kind of finish do you want? Do you want the highest durability possible, or do you care about looks more than just the durability? Because these different factors will change on what kind of finish you choose. When people talk about bow finishing, there's a couple different steps. The first is sanding, smoothing out the bow. The second is going to be the look. And the third is gonna be the covering or protection. And so how this could break down is sanding. You're gonna use sandpaper to smooth it. Second might be stain or some kind of paint or something like that. And then the third thing would be a varnish, a finish, an oil, something that either soaks into the wood or applies a coating on top of the wood to protect the wood from the elements. So we'll start off with sanding and how to prepare your bow for the finish. If you've done other woodworking projects in the past, finishing a bow is gonna be very similar to finishing other woodworking projects. After all, it is primarily wood. Get 220 sandpaper, I'll start with that, and then I'll work my way up to a higher grit. A higher grit is just gonna mean a smoother finish. Something to keep in mind with all your tool marks in the bow, once you apply the varnish or the last finish on it, those tool marks are gonna be exaggerated. So you might wanna take extra time with the sanding in order to get all the tool marks out because they're just gonna look worse once you have the finish on. You wanna take your sandpaper and just sand with the grain. You just wanna get all sides of the bow limb. If you do sand cross grain this way, it's gonna put scratches in the bow limb. Even though there's extremely small abrasives in the sandpaper, you'll still see those scratches. The scratches are hid much better if you go with the grain. If you made your bow a good idea, if you want to, you don't have to, but if you want to, you can go ahead and put your maker's mark on or your draw weight at your draw leap. This is so that when you pick up your bow, it's awesome. You're like, man, I put my name to this. And then secondly, you can have, oh, I made this bow for 28 inches long at a 30-pound draw. 28 inches long at a 50-pound draw. It'll let you know when you pick it up real quick what bow it is. Once you have multiple bows, it's nice to be able to tell exactly what bow you have in your hand. Knocking points can be difficult. You can sand the outside like that to get it all smooth, but what do you do for the inside? It can be hard. What I like to do is I go ahead and grab my chainsaw file I do to file the knock, and I use that wrapped around the sandpaper. That way I can go up higher in grit. And that works really well to smooth out the knock area. If you didn't use a chainsaw file or something like this, you could use a pencil or just basically anything, a little piece of a hanger, and go ahead and wrap a piece of sandpaper on it and you should be good to go. With an arrow rest, you like to do the same thing. Just get in here, take your time, and sand it. Now the shelf can be really hard to sand. I like to grab a file and smooth it out with the file, and then the same method, you'll grab your sandpaper, work your way up like you would the rest of the bow, but this will allow you to get a much smoother finish than just a file. For the smoothest possible finish, I'll start at 220, 400, 600. You can go up to like 1200 if you like. Then you can do steel wool, rub some steel wool, that's gonna really make it smooth. And then finish it off. It's like burnishing with a paper towel basically, and that'll make it as smooth as possible. Something I will mention is a fully finished bow is not better than an unfinished bow. You can have, check this out. Again, my first bow I ever made, and guess what? I actually never finished it. It's an Osage bow, still shoots, 15-pound draw weight, my first bow ever. I still got big giant rasp marks in it. This bow has just as much or more value than a completely finished bow to me. It doesn't matter, it's personal preference on whether you want to finish it out fully or if you just want to spray some polyurethane on it immediately. I think it's cool that people can choose what they like and just do it. I just wouldn't want somebody to think that they have to spend all this time finishing this bow when they just want to go shoot it. Go shoot your bow and have some fun. Our bow is prepared, it's sanded, it is ready for the finish. What's our options here? Well, we could put a stain on it. Some people like to put a stain on it, especially if you have something like bamboo that's a really light wood and you're like, man, I want this to blend in more with the natural environment. Let's go ahead and put a stain on this finish. It is good to protect the wood, but beyond protecting the wood, personal preference. At this point, we can put a stain on it or we can put paint on it. Some people are against paint, but I think it can look cool. I painted one Osage bow with, I was trying to do like a root system, and I'm not necessarily an artist, but I kind of liked it. It's kind of fun to mess around with a different method. You could literally spray paint it with exterior spray paint and you'll be done right there. That would be a super fast way. You could spray paint it all black and just have a flat black finish if you like that. That's fine, you can do what you want. Stain is an option, paint is an option. So the paint will be the coloring and the finish. Let's say we're gonna just do coloring, then you can stain part of the bow or all of the bow. You can mask off different parts so that you only stain half the bow or you make it darker throughout the limb. Up to you, have fun with this. But the stain is not the finish. There are finishes that are stains like a poly and a stain together. Personally, I don't really like those. I'm not against them though. You could try it if you want. Now that our bow is sanded, it is looking how we want. We painted it, we're done. Maybe we didn't paint it, we stained it. Maybe we left it natural. Now we want the finish. We want the natural colors of the specific wood to come out of this bow. This is what you do. First thing is, there's two different kinds of finishes. One is the kind that soaks into the wood and becomes like a part of the bow. It's normally more of a natural finish. The other kind is a coating, something like poly. That's gonna go on top of the wood. That's gonna create a very thin, like plastic layer that protects anything from coming in on the outside. After you know that, you can choose, do you want it to be shiny or not shiny? Do you want it to be flat, satin, gloss, whatever you want? The simplest and easiest method to finish a bow that I choose for a lot because of its efficiency is using spray polyurethane. You can get this in different sheens at the store. You just spray it on, super easy. I prefer about 5 coats of this. They dry in about 2 hours. Keep any debris from falling on it, spray it, super easy, done, good to go. That finish works really well. Now, another method that's more natural, but with enough layers, it builds up. This is True Oil. This is one of the most popular oils for bow makers who make their own bows, but it works fantastic on bows. You just use your finger, rub it in, let it dry, do another coat. Every time it dries, do another coat. You can normally get about 2 coats in a day, and after 5 coats, it'll start to build up on the outside of the bow and shine. The more coats you put, the shinier it'll get, but this has a natural look on the first 5 coats that I really like. Another super, super easy way to apply, just as easy as the poly, with great finishes. Another one I've done is boiled linseed oil. This one really soaks into the wood. It's gonna be more of a natural finish. It's gonna soak all the way in. You can just coat the whole bow with boiled linseed oil, 3 different coats. Over the years of shooting, you'll wanna occasionally coat it with this. Since it's a type of finish that soaks into the wood, you're gonna wanna reapply it compared to a finish that is just on top of the wood. I've also done a boiled linseed oil beeswax mix. I made this myself, just 1 part to 1 part, and you create this paste, kind of like furniture wax paste. And you just rub that in, buff it into the bow, do 3 to 4 coats of that, and that actually works really good if you like a really cool natural finish. If you don't buff it into the bow good enough, some of that wax will build up on the outside of the bow, which can get scratched. It doesn't look the best, but if you buff it in well, you're gonna have a good natural finish. I really like that finish as well. Lacquer, that's gonna be the same as poly basically. I know there's a little bit of differences and different woodworkers prefer different. You can basically get a spray can of lacquer with the sheen you want, and you'll have very similar, almost the same finish as spray on poly. One of the problems you can run into with polyurethane is how it yellows. This may not be a bad thing on an Osage bow because it's turning orange anyway, and that kind of looks really cool and natural. But on a different kind of bow with maybe a wider wood, you probably don't want it yellow. And this is how you can mentally think about it. Oil-based poly turns more yellow than water-based poly. So you can choose water-based poly if you want it to be less yellow. But even if you want a better option than that, I would go with shellac. Shellac will not turn yellow for you, or at least not near as much. The longer a finish is on a bow, the more it turns yellow, and this is by the air and the light affect the chemical over a long period of time, and it turns yellow. But this happens a lot less in water-based poly, and if you choose shellac over lacquer or poly, this will give you the best option possible. I threw some links in the description to my favorite bow finishes if you want to find them easily. When comparing true oil to something like my boiled linseed oil beeswax mix, the difference is this one seems to have a naturaler finish in the end. And they're very similar application, 100% basically the same, but the difference is with true oil, I'm not sure everything that's in it. It says that there's linseed oil and a mixture of other oils. So I don't know what else they put in there, but they put something else in there that gives it a nice glossy sheen after 5 or 6 coats. You can do 2 or 3 coats and you're gonna be fine without something super glossy. But if you want, you can continue and make it glossy with this. With this, you're pretty much choosing flat. It's gonna be real natural, it's gonna blend in, 0 reflection. So it's up to you, but I will say, this one smells so much better. And that is how, at least I finish out a bow. You can do it how you like. I hope some of these tips helped you out. Hey, if you need an archery tab or a bowstring, you know where to get it, shatterproofarchery.com. Support my company, and that would mean the world to me. Guys, if you haven't yet subscribed, stay positive, be shatterproof. Remember, I'm for you. And I'll see you on the next video. Peace.